In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 7, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Brooklyn Nets vs. Detroit Pistons. The upcoming matchup features the Brooklyn Nets facing off against the Detroit Pistons in the 3rd installment of their season series. In the previous encounters between these teams in December, Brooklyn emerged victorious in both games, dealing the Pistons a blow that extended their single-season losing streak record. Recently, the Nets rebounded from a home defeat against the Memphis Grizzlies with a triumph over the Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday. Positioned at 11th in the Eastern Conference, Brooklyn trails the Atlanta Hawks by 2.5 games for a play-in tournament berth. Meanwhile, the Pistons continue to hold the undesirable title of the worst team in the NBA after succumbing to their 3rd consecutive defeat to the Miami Heat on Tuesday. The Brooklyn Nets are proving resilient in their pursuit of postseason contention. Initially appearing to fade in the Eastern Conference playoff race, the Nets reversed their fortunes with back-to-back victories against the 10th-place Atlanta Hawks, rekindling their hopes. On Tuesday night, the Nets secured their 3rd win in 4 games with a hard-fought 112-107 triumph over the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. Despite trailing by double digits, the Nets staged a comeback, with Dennis Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith leading the charge with 20 points each. This victory leaves the Nets 2.5 games behind the Hawks as they maintain their presence in the playoff hunt. As the Nets continue their quest for a play-in tournament spot, the final stretch of over 20 games becomes crucial. Currently ranking 24th in the NBA in scoring, the Nets face challenges, particularly ranking 27th in field goal percentage and 17th in three-point field goal percentage. However, their proficiency in three-point shooting is evident, placing 7th in three-point field goals made per game. Defensively, they stand 15th in points allowed, showcasing a mix of strengths and weaknesses, ranking 10th in field goal defense but lagging at 25th in three-point defense. Despite these stats, the Nets exhibit prowess in rebounding, securing the 10th spot in total rebounds per game, and they minimize turnovers, ranking 7th in fewest turnovers per game. On the other side, the Detroit Pistons find themselves engaged in a battle with the Washington Wizards for the dubious honor of having the worst record in the NBA, each team boasting only 9 wins so far. The Pistons' struggles persist, as they have now lost 9 of their last 10 games, including a recent 118-110 defeat to the Miami Heat on Tuesday night. Cade Cunningham led the Pistons with 23 points, supported by Simone Fontecchio's 22 points and Jaden Ivey's 16 points in the loss. Looking ahead, the Pistons are set to play their next 6 games at home, followed by 9 of the next 10 in front of their home crowd. Despite ranking 23rd in the NBA in scoring, the Pistons show relative strength in field goal shooting and three-point shooting. However, they struggle in three-point field goals made per game, placing 29th. Defensively, the Pistons face challenges, standing 27th in scoring defense, 24th in field goal defense, and 23rd in three-point defense. Rebounding-wise, they land at 20th in total rebounds per game but rank low at 29th in fewest turnovers per game. Despite the Pistons' recent struggles, the Nets must exercise caution, especially considering potential absences among their regular rotation players. The absence of Thomas and Simmons, likely to persist in this game, has notably impacted the Nets' point production. Additionally, if Cameron Johnson is unable to play, the Nets will miss another key offensive player on the perimeter. As such, the Detroit Pistons, coming into the game healthier, present a formidable challenge. Therefore, the Detroit Pistons to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Neither team has demonstrated strong defensive performances, conceding significant points to their opponents. The Nets, known for their proficiency in three-pointers, will be missing 2 of their primary scorers. However, the addition of Schroeder has provided a boost, as evidenced by the Nets scoring 112 points against the defensively adept Philadelphia 76ers. On the Pistons side, they boast promising young scorers, with Cade Cunningham particularly standing out with an average of 31.5 points per game and 5 2.5 assists per game against the Nets this season. Given the offensive capabilities of both teams, and considering that both previous games between the Nets and Pistons exceeded the over, the projected total seems too conservative. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Indiana Pacers. The upcoming inter-conference clash on Thursday features the Minnesota Timberwolves, boasting a record of 43-19 overall, 31-31 against the spread, and a 30-32 over-under performance. They are set to face off against the Indiana Pacers with a season record of 35-28, and against the spread standing of 33-27-3 and a 33-30 over-under record. The Timberwolves secured a home victory against the Trail Blazers in their recent matchup, while the Pacers emerged triumphant on the road against the Mavericks. Notably, Minnesota dominated Indiana with a convincing 127-109 score in their December encounter. As the Minnesota Timberwolves embark on a challenging road journey starting Friday, their primary focus lies on securing the top spot in the Northwest Division alongside Oklahoma City, currently holding a slim 0.5 game lead over Oklahoma City as of Wednesday night. The Timberwolves have experienced a slight setback by losing 2 of their last 3 games. Among these, a narrow 89-88 home defeat to the Clippers and a 119-114 home victory against the Trail Blazers, where they failed to cover the spread, stand out. Their overall road performance, however, has been commendable with a 4-1 record in the last 5 games, including a notable win against the Bucks. Despite this, the Timberwolves are yet to cover the spread in their past 5 games. Minnesota's offensive prowess on the road is evident with a scoring average of 113 points per game, ranking them 20th in the league. Their defensive efforts are noteworthy, allowing 105 or fewer points in 3 of the last 5 games and maintaining an average of 106.5 points conceded, leading the NBA in this category. The Timberwolves' inconsistency in covering the spread recently contrasts with their strong road performances. The Indiana Pacers return home after a 3-game road stint, facing uncertainties with a 2-3 record in their last 5 games. Despite currently occupying the 8th position in the conference, they are only 1.5 games away from the 4th spot. Notable performances include a disappointing 117-105 road loss against the Spurs and a dominating 137-120 road win against the Mavericks. The Pacers have covered the spread in 2 of their last 5 games. Their home record stands at 3-2 in the last 5 decisions, featuring a significant win against the Pelicans and covering the spread in 3 games. Indiana leads the league in scoring with an average of 123.5 points per game but has struggled defensively, conceding at least 120 points in 3 of the last 5 games and allowing an average of 122 points, placing them 28th in the league. In Tuesday's victory over the Mavericks, the Indiana Pacers showcased depth with 10 players seeing action, and starters Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam both playing over 30 minutes. Miles Turner delivered an impressive offensive performance, achieving his first 20-point game since February 25th. Jalen Smith contributed significantly off the bench with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and a 3-pointer in 18 minutes. The Pacers enter the upcoming game in a fresh state, utilizing their pace of play that could pose challenges for the fatigued Timberwolves. While the Minnesota Timberwolves have struggled in recent games, losing 2 out of their last 3, the Indiana Pacers have found success in 3 of their last 4 home games. Additionally, the Pacers boast an offensive edge, leading the NBA in points with an average of 120 points per 100 possessions, compared to Minnesota's 114.5 points per 100 possessions. Despite the Timberwolves' superior defensive capabilities, the Pacers have showcased a solid home defense, limiting opponents to 115 or fewer points in 3 of their last 4 home games, 7 points below their season average. With Minnesota failing to cover the spread in their last 5 games, the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. After an impressive 25-point performance in the first game post-All-Star break, Tyrese Halliburton has struggled to reach the 20-point mark in 6 consecutive appearances. Despite this scoring decline, Halliburton has excelled in facilitating plays, accumulating 52 assists with just 7 turnovers in his last 6 outings. The Pacers, known for their fast-paced style, have led the league in pace, contributing to higher scores. However, anticipating a shift in this trend, the projected total for this game is expected to be surpassed. Given the recent trends, Indiana has seen the under-hitting in 8 of their last 11 games and 4 of 5 against the Timberwolves. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks. On Thursday, a highly anticipated matchup unfolds as two formidable playoff contenders, the Miami Heat, embark on a journey to face off against the Dallas Mavericks. Recently, the Heat secured a victory at home against the Pistons with a 118-110 score, although they fell short of covering the 11.5-point spread as favorites. In contrast, the Mavericks suffered a home defeat to the Pacers, succumbing to a 137-120 score and outright losing as 5.5-point favorites. Notably, this game marks the inaugural encounter of the season between these two teams. Over the past two games, Jimmy Butler has strategically prioritized getting to the free throw line, successfully converting 21 of his 23 attempts. Impressively, he has also been a playmaker for his team, dishing out 6 or more assists in 6 of his last 7 appearances. Butler's well-rounded performances include averaging 25.8 points on 54.8% shooting, 5.8 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 2.2 steals per game over the last 5 contests, where the Mavericks' defensive struggles have been glaring. According to CBS Sports, Dallas currently ranks last in the NBA in scoring defense since the break. Miami holds a favorable record against the Mavericks, having won 14 of their last 20 matchups. The fortunes of these teams are diverging, setting the stage for a continued trend. Miami boasts a winning streak, triumphing in 7 of their last 8 games, and notably winning outright as underdogs in 4 of those instances. Conversely, Dallas is in a slump, having lost 5 of their last 6 games, including 3 instances where they lost outright as favorites. Despite Luka Doncic's exceptional performance, he lacks ample support from his teammates, and the Mavericks struggle defensively, conceding high scores in recent games. Miami has the strategic option of deploying Jimmy Butler against Doncic if the game tightens. Despite the Mavericks being at home and having a clean injury report with Luka listed as probable, their recent struggles, marked by losses in 5 of the last 6 games, raise questions. The Mavericks' defense has been porous, allowing 120 or more points in 4 consecutive games. In contrast, the Heat are exhibiting their characteristic March resurgence, winning and covering in 8 of their last 10 games. Miami has covered in 9 of their last 11 games, making them an appealing choice. Opting for the hotter team and the free points, the Miami Heat to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Jimmy Butler's exceptional performance for the Heat has been a standout amid a series of injuries plaguing the team. His partner in excellence, Bam Adebayo, has also been contributing significantly. While Adebayo fell short of scoring at least 20 points for the 3rd consecutive game, he has surpassed that threshold in 4 of his last 6 games. The recent results have tightened the competition in the East, with Miami joining 3 other teams with 26 losses. Adebayo and the Heat, after a slow start, are hitting their stride when it matters the most. The total has gone over in 4 of Dallas' last 5 games, indicative of their defensive struggles. The Mavericks' recent difficulties can be traced back to their defensive shortcomings. Despite Luka's stellar numbers and Kyrie's consistent scoring, the team faces challenges in getting stops, consecutively giving up 120 or more points in the last 6 games. The Mavericks possess a 24th-ranked defense that is expected to concede significant points to the Heat's sharpshooters. Miami, having gone over the total in their last 2 games, is likely to exploit Dallas' defensive vulnerabilities. With Dallas holding the 5th fastest defensive possessions in the league, opposing offenses can capitalize early in the shot clock, resulting in more possessions. Dallas plays at the 9th fastest tempo, and with Doncic and Irving in the backcourt, they can push the pace. Expecting a high-scoring affair, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.